Welcome to the Rewards Master Live. This, I think, is our 14th live session, and we typically have them here on Sunday afternoons at about 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. So welcome to everybody who's here. Let's see if anybody is signed in yet. It says there's already 3 folks in this live session, so that's good to start off with that many. Let's see. We have Caterpillar Rep. Hi, all. Hey, Caterpillar. Good to have you with us. I like your handle. That's a cool name. There's some of my favorite big equipment. Mike Newland, great friend of the channel and friend of all credit card YouTubers. Mike, good to have you here today. He says, good afternoon. So we had Caterpillar Rep, we had Mike, and then Too Easy says, howdy. Hey, Too Easy, good to have you here. So if you are tuning in with us and you're here with us, make sure to put something in the comments just so we know you're here. Just say I'm here, or glad to be here, or just so we can acknowledge you. I guess that's the best way to say it. All right. So today, as is often my custom with this, I have 6 basic things that I try to get to every week. And oftentimes I won't get to all of them, but they kind of break down like this. So it's enough to give us enough material for an hour live stream, which is what I try to limit these to every Sunday afternoon. And the first one is new developments, things that are happening. That could be things that are happening in the credit card community and world, or it could be things that are new developments with my own strategy. And that's what today's is going to be about, because the centerpiece today is going to be about something that's a big time discussed new development in the points and miles world. So we'll get to that. Restaurant rewards. I'm one of the only creators that seems to focus on restaurant rewards. We've talked about it extensively before. Don't know exactly why, but I think they're great as far as a way to get extra value. So we're going to talk about that. Centerpiece, that's kind of my main event that I get to every week. So for my centerpiece today, we'll kind of spend the majority of our time on that. And I think that it's something that is going to be very relevant to everybody who's all about credit cards and points and miles today. Upcoming travel, that's where I talk about different resumptions or things that are going on in the Rewards Master world and with my wife, Nori. So we'll talk about that. Some rewards deal of the day. It's just some kind of little extra that I think is a good deal. And then status stuff, because I don't think there's quite enough discussion of status stuff. Okay. So let me go back over to the comments. Looks like, oh, wow. I mean, we've only been going just a couple of minutes here, and we are already have 16 in here today. We might beat our all-time record, which was 72 a few weeks ago. So 16, that is awesome. Thank y'all. So excited. Don't forget, when you hit the like button, when you subscribe to the channel, if you're not subscribed, when you hit the like button, and then if anybody ever does super chats or super stickers, anything like that, all that stuff helps YouTube to push it out to more people. So all that's very appreciated. So let me see. RC, channel member, great supporter of the channel, always on all of our lives. RC says, hey, RC, good to have you here as always. DEM gives us a wave. Hey, DEM, good to have you here. Johnny Jimenez, here often, says, hello, everyone. DEM asks a question. Let's see what the question is. Can you talk a little bit about the AA Simply Miles shopping portal? Is that similar to Rakuten? Okay, AA has 2 different things. They have the shopping portal, and then the Simply Miles deal, if it's what I'm thinking of, I think that's what it's called. I don't use it much. It's kind of more similar to, I guess you might say Amex offers, things like that. That's if it's what I'm thinking of, it's where you go in and it only works with MasterCards, and you can sign up with it. And then when you use your MasterCard at certain places, you're going to get some extra points, both loyalty points, and also you're going to get American Airlines miles. I have signed up some of my cards for it, and I've never gotten an American Airlines mile or loyalty point from it, because I tend not to shop at some of those places. Like, for instance, they might have something like Adidas on there. Well, if I'm going to buy a pair of tennis shoes, I probably am not going to buy it from Adidas. I might buy it from another store where I got a better deal or something of that nature. So that's the kind of thing that it's all about. So you go in, you register your card, sign up for it, and then when you shop at certain places. Now, what is very cool about it, though, is that if you are going to shop at some of those places, sometimes you can double dip. And this is really unique because oftentimes when you double dip, you're double dipping with different kinds of points. Like you hear me talk all the time about double and triple dipping with Mileage Plus X, where you're getting United points, or with, I often use the Upward app where you're getting cash back and you're getting your points and miles and maybe restaurant rewards too. But what's really cool about Simply Miles, if you do that, is you can register your card. And if you go, let's say it's Adidas, and I don't even know if they're on there, but you understand, I'm just illustrating. So let's say it's Adidas, and then you go through the AA shopping portal and shop at Adidas. You can get the points and loyalty points from both of those and from your credit card all at the same time. So that's kind of what it is. So is it like Rakuten? Well, I think the AA shopping portal is very much like Rakuten, except everybody touts Rakuten, and I think Rakuten's very good. It earns American Express points. And I think I'm at the point now where American Express points are my second favorite point. I mean, I of course, it's going to be City points because of AA. But the thing about Rakuten, you can get a lot of American Express points. But the cool thing about the American Airlines portal is you get a bunch of American Airlines points, which are very valuable, but you also get loyalty points, which can boost your status with American. I know that won't matter to everybody, but if you're trying to get status, man, that is one of the easiest ways to get it. So thank you for the question, DEM. I appreciate it. Cesar Joel, big time creator here on YouTube. Thank you, Cesar. Good to have you here. He says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Too Easy says, I got the Upside app because of you. Man, I hope you enjoy it. I think it's really good. I use it all the time. In fact, I just cashed out like $100 the other day on it, and it went to my bank account. Yeah, set it up, but it works really good. I'm liking it. Unfortunately, it doesn't have great restaurants around me, just gas. Well, it doesn't have great restaurants around me either, but I do. I mean, I hope that we don't have any cardiologists in here because they'll get mad at me about it. But I do eat some Taco Bell on occasion. I do eat some KFC on occasion. I'm an original recipe, team original recipe on that. But both of them are on there, and they're like a block from my office. So I mean, and sometimes it's like 26% back at Taco Bell and KFC. So I'm sorry you don't have a lot of those around you, but hopefully you're going to get a lot of points through the gas. So, and I know some of you have downloaded it because I'm getting some referrals. It's not much. I get like a little bit extra on my next purchase, and then maybe 10 cents when you use it. So I do appreciate that. And I am going to talk about Upside some. I'll make sure to put the referral down in the comments box below. Gene S said, hello, Rewards Master. Hey, good to have you here, Gene. Good to have you here. Let's see. Joe FTPA. Hello, everyone. Hey, Joe. Good to have you here. Gene S. Watch your videos all the time. First time join you live. Well, Gene, welcome. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Law LC, a channel member, great supporter. Law, thank you for being here. Law says hello. Good to have you here as always. And we have a new channel member. Johnny Jimenez became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is just as good or even better than doing a super chat. I always appreciate those. I always appreciate the memberships. And Mike Newland became a member. Mike's been a member before, so good to have you back, Mike. That is awesome. Thank you so much for your support. DEM, great points. Great point with the loyalty points. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, to me, why not get double things if you're going to get something? So I'm going to save this one for a minute. So that's where we're going to come back to in a minute, to solid liquid Fox and that next question. All right. So new developments. New developments is, I'm going to talk a little bit about a strategy shift. And for those of you who watch my channel all the time and know that my basic emphasis is different than some other creators, which, I mean, my thing is I love this community and I love all of the different strategies, but the strategies are very, very different. I mean, I respect Dugrass so much. And as he mentioned in his live yesterday, his approach to things and my approach to things are totally polar opposites. And we did a video together about that. It's on my channel. You can look it up. We did a video about that, how we're totally polar opposites, but yet you can still respect and honor that people have different goals and they'd have different objectives in the points and miles world. Well, for me, I never. Oh, the other thing that's kind of part of it is my target demographic. The people I talk to on here a lot are often people who kind of have high spend. So the multipliers really do matter, because I'd be one to argue that multipliers don't really matter if you don't have pretty high spend. I mean, then you should just do signups and signups and signups. But for people who have high spend, let's say 75,000, 100,000 a year or more, then you start to worry about multipliers. And then the other thing is, those people that I often talk to, and I would fit into this, often have the ability to spend in their own personal or travel budget on the things that would give a less valuable redemptions. In other words, less cents per point. So while a lot of creators say all the time, well, cents per point don't matter, it's about the experience. Cents per point don't matter. Cents per point don't matter. Well, here at the Rewards Master, we're like, yeah, cents per point really matters. I mean, it is the thing that makes this awesome. So I'm looking to get 4, 5, 6 cents per point or more. I've had some redemptions in the 20 plus cent per point range, because I'm willing to pay for things that would be low cent per point and pay cash for them. Doesn't bother me at all. I'll pay for all my domestic trips, $300, $400 on the plane fare, whatever. If it's going to be low value, I'll just pay for it. I'll save my points for the other. And on hotels, I just don't even chase hotel points. I mean, you've heard my strategy on this before. I use the AA hotel portal, get massive amounts of American Airlines points, and I just pay for my hotels. Doesn't bother me at all. So that's kind of been my strategy, and that's kind of what I talk to a lot on the channel. Although, like I said, respect and honor so many different approaches. But things have changed. And what's changed primarily really are two things, but one more than the other. The thing that's changed the most is Citi got American Airlines as a transfer partner. As of then, the spending portion of my world, I said high spend. You spend a lot, you worry about multipliers. I have always had good multipliers because I have things like Citi Prestige card. I have several custom cashes, stuff like that. But when they had American Airlines, my ability to earn high value points had just exploded. I mean, I am earning high value points now. So there's that. And the fact that I'm at the point that I think a lot of high earners, especially those who are also doing lots of sign-up bonuses, because if you're kind of a high spender and you're doing a lot of sign-up bonuses, then you can do that because it doesn't hurt you to have the $20,000 required for an American Express Business Platinum in 3 months or whatever. So you're earning a lot of sign-up bonuses also. So the situation I'm finding myself in is that, well, I have a lot of points now, really maybe more than my time off is going to allow me to spend. So former strategy, sign up with signups, earn with signups, 400 to 600,000 per year. That's kind of where I think I'll land. And a lot of people I think who watch my videos will, and spend 300,000 plus points per year earned on spend. Utilize portals for additional earnings. Last year, I did a video on this. I had 1.2 million miles earned, and I haven't spent. And we've got big time trips planned, but I haven't spent 1.2 million miles because most of my miles aren't hotel points. They're transferables. So my old strategy was only redeemed for high cent per point, nothing under 3.5 cents per point, generally for first class, business class, internationally, and then pay for everything else with cash, including domestic airfare and all hotels. So that's kind of where I was. The only exception to that is I did use my free night certificate with the Spire because I just like that. And then I try to limit card acquisitions to transferable and airline cards. So I have some hotel cards that are in my keeper, portfolio because I use the free night certificates on the Hyatt and the Marriott and stuff like that. but I'm not trying to get those cards. I'm not like seeking out. They're not part of my plan. So that's where I've been in the past. Let me go back to a few comments, and then we'll grab. We'll move on to what I think I'm switching to, and I would love to hear your comments on it. Okay, Solid Liquid Fox. Atmos Summit dominates 2025 because it changes the landscape for any foreign transaction. It is tailor-made for flying benefits over coupons. Yeah, that's true. And that's what my centerpiece is going to be about in a moment. I'm going to have a little different take. So hang on to that, Solid Liquid Fox, because we're going to get to that in just a minute. Gene S. says, I have the same Platinum Pro status on AA as you. Do you know an easy way to get my AA number and status attached when I book AA flights using Atmos points? Somebody said I have to call AA to do that. Yeah, I call AA when I have it done. I think I'm probably the one who said that. So you probably heard it in one of my videos, Gene. But it doesn't really take very long, because if you call the Platinum Pro desk, it's the one that's, if you look on your app, it'll have a special phone number for you. When you call that number, I mean, I've never been on the phone more than 5 minutes having that done. And I just tell them, you make sure in advance you have, your code for that particular trip, and just tell them your spouse's code for their trip, or whoever you're flying with, that you want to connect them. It usually goes very fast. But I will tell you this, if you try to do it at the airport, it's totally like rolling the dice, hit or miss. They can do it sometimes they can't. And then you're kind of out of luck, because it stinks to be Platinum Pro and not be able to move to the better seats. So, I mean, I hate that, not getting the main cabin extra. Too Easy says, I love how there are different strategies to the points game. Yeah, it's the greatest hobby in the world. It fits everybody. All that's universally required is self-discipline and to pay your bill off every month. I mean, to win. That's all that's universally required. Okay. Hello, everyone. Atmos, the new talk of the town. Yep, we're going to talk about it today, but I have a little different take than most people, I think. So we'll see how that goes. Filmo just crossed 1,100 lifetime on upside. Was killing it at groceries at 15% for a while, down to 3% now, but I'll take it. Filmo, what's funny about that is that mine's cyclical. Like if I'm using it a lot, they'll drop it. They'll drop it down to 3% on gas, or 4% or 5% at grocery stores. But then if I lay off it for just about a couple weeks, then they start ramping it back up. So I don't know what the deal is with that. So I've noticed that too. DEM, after giving it much thought, I decided to cancel my Amex Gold. Started feeling redundant with my 5X on the Prestige, occasional 6X on Elite, and 5X on Custom Cash. Man, we're the same place. I mean, another Prestige. We are like endangered species Prestige holders. So DM, high five through the screen there on being a Prestige holder. But yeah, I just canceled my Amex Gold like 3 weeks ago, and I'm getting ready to do a video about that. I'll have it out this week sometime. So yeah, we're in the same place, man. All right. Again, DEM, transfer partners for travel are near identical, although I don't have Air Canada with Citi, but I do have AA. Yeah. I actually think AA is a little bit better than Air Canada, although I do think Air Canada is one of the best. They're in my list. If you've seen my videos on this or my lives where I list out what I think all the points are worth, and it's probably time to redo that, but they're pretty high up on the list. They're a great transfer partner. YouTube experiment at DM depends on if your MR points for other than Citi transfer partners. That's true. You don't have Air Canada with Citi for sure. YouTube experiment. Oh, didn't see the next comment. My bad. No problem. Johnny Jimenez. I applied for the Citi Strata Premier on 8/1 and I was instantly approved. And then I applied for the double cash on 8/11 and was instantly approved for that too. Yeah. I mean, everybody says Citi's a hard one to get approved for, but I haven't found that to be true. Barclays used to be, not now, but used to be, but doesn't seem to be now. Okay, DEM. Yeah, I'm not abandoning Amex entirely. Still have Rakuten and Blue Business Plus and Platinum for now. Yeah, that's me. I'm still using my Blue Business Plus quite a bit because I do think that's a really good card. I don't have the double cash right now, And I'm not really worried about it because the elite is 1.5. So, I'm still working on the spend for that to get the bonus. So not a big deal. Gene S, great. As long as they will do it over the phone for me, then I will go all in on Atmos and AA. Thanks. All right, Gene, I hope that works out great for you. I think I'm going to do it a little different, but that can be great. He got the Summit card on Friday. Caterpillar says, Johnny says, I live in Phoenix, and Phoenix is an American Airlines hub. So I'm all in on City Points and going to be dedicated American Airlines points. Great, man. They're the best. I mean, I think Alaska is very, very good. I don't know. Alaska may be a little bit better, but it's easier to attain American Airlines points, no doubt. Texas Dog. Hey, Texas Dog is often here on the lives. Texas Dog says, howdy. I used your advice this weekend and joined Chevron Texaco Rewards to double dip. Save 25 cents per gallon. Not a lot, but eventually it equals real money. Yes, it does. Like I said, I always use Shell because of AA, but man, double dipping, triple dipping. And man, when you guys start using restaurants like crazy, I get free food all the time. It's nuts. We'll talk about one of them here in a little bit. DEM thought about downgrading to green, but yeah, I thought about it too, but I was hoping they'd give me a downgrade bonus. They did not. And the bonuses on that were not good as far as to keep it. The incentives to keep it weren't good. Too Easy says DM should have done upgrade, downgrade on your next Amex card. Yeah, that works sometimes. DM haven't canceled it yet. Might actually try that first. And I heard they're not that strong for gold like they are for platinum. All right. Yeah, I couldn't tell you on that. So, all right, going back to my new strategy. So this is what I'm looking at from here going forward on the strategy. Continuous signups and spend. So again, I think I'll still get between 400,000 and 600,000 with spending. I mean, with signups, and then spending, I'll get 300 or so thousand points with my spending, and utilize portals for additional earnings. So the reason I was able to get to more, these numbers here don't add up to what I earned last year because I used portals a lot. So with shopping portals, with the hotel portal, stuff like that, then that's how I get kind of even more. So I'm planning to shift my spending almost entirely to City, except for sign-up bonuses, because I'm going to keep those coming in. So really all the elevated multipliers are going to be City. Dining all the time, gas all the time. I mean, travel all the time. Because I just get so many points. I mean, it's just so many. And the AA is just so valuable. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. Redeem for high cent per point value, nothing under 3 cents per point for international travel. That's not changing at all. Here's what's changing. But redeem for domestic with AA and Alaska only if reserve points exceeds 1 million points. So what I've done is in my spreadsheet, I separated out like all the random points I have with things like hotel partners and stuff like that, and upside and all that. And I just put my transferable points and my airline points in one bucket. And I keep a monthly total of those. And when that bucket falls under 1 million points, then I'm going to kind of start paying cash for my flights, my domestic flights again. And I mean, I don't know how many domestic flights I take, maybe 10, 12, maybe 14 a year, something like that. But I'm thinking, if I don't start burning some of my points, then it's just going to get way out of hand. So why not? I mean, to me, 1 million airline points or transferable points is enough to plan out a whole year of awesome international travel in business class, because it's about 60, 70,000 each person to get there, 67,000 each person to get back. And like I said, I pay for the hotels. So it's like, I mean, how could I go wrong? So that's kind of where I'm going with that. I'm going to aim for 2.5 to 3 cents per point value on domestic flights, which I've been getting at when I'm using Alaska points and when I'm using AA points. And the Alaska are almost always on AA, of course. But when I'm using those, I'm getting at least 2 cents per point, sometimes 2.5, sometimes 3. So it's pretty good. And then, of course, I'm still going to pay for hotels, food, miscellaneous expenses in cash. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. I'd be curious your comments on that. So I am I guess I'm becoming a little bit more of an earn and burn down to the 1,000,000 point floor. And then if I fall below that, then I'll start paying for the worse redemption stuff myself. So be curious what you think about that. All right, let's see. We have 36 in here. We had 40 at one time. So that's a great number. So thank you everybody for being in here. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm not sure how many likes and subscriptions we have 15 likes as of right now. So please hit the like and subscribe. It helps more people to be able to find the channel. So, and to watch the live. Let's see what we have in comments. DEM says, I've been pretty much 100% city for the past few weeks. Crazy how quickly. Yeah. Okay. City accumulates points like crazy, especially. And it's so funny because everybody's down on the City Elite, that Strata Elite card, but I like it. I mean, I'm a Prestige guy, so I was like really terrified they were going to make me switch to it and it was going to be awful. And I like it. I like it because I'm good at, I mean, you get 8 times a month at 6x on dining. So I'll either go out to dining on Friday or Saturday night, or I'll buy gift certificates on Friday or Saturday night. Easy. 6 points on dining all the time. Man, you can earn like crazy. Texas Dog, $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Texas Dog. That means a lot. I'm humbled by that support. Not for me. I fly UA, but appreciate your city plan. Thank you, Texas Dog. I appreciate it. I was a United status flyer, gold or above, for like probably 10 years. And yeah, I flew them a lot. And if you're out of one of their hubs, it's great. I will tell you this. If you have I love flying in and out of Houston because my City Prestige has the restaurant benefit, and there is a Landry's right there where a lot of the United flights come in and leave out of, and I go and get Nori and I go in, we get the $56 at Landry's every time we fly in and out of there. So I do love flying them for that reason. Texas Dog, thank you for the support. I appreciate it very much. By the way, when you do that, when people leave super chats, super stickers, that helps the algorithm and more people to see it as well. And it also, it means a lot to support the channel. Thank you. DEM, just booked an anniversary trip with my Prestige. Room was $10.25 a night. Huge savings with the 4th night free and 10x through the portal. Oh yeah, baby. I mean, it is just like, if you have the ability to spend on hotels, I mean, think about the Strata Elite, 12x in the portal. Prestige is good because you get the 4th night free, and that bad boy is uncapped. I mean, it works on $100 a night hotel room. It works, as you said, on $1,000 a night hotel room. It is crazy. City can earn, and earn. Thank you, DEM. Texas Dog, Landry's is awesome. Yeah, I like it. There's also another one that's on the Priority Pass restaurant list, and I forget what it's called, but it's a Mexican place. I think it's in the A terminal. It's in one of the other ones. It's not in the same one as Landry's, but it is a good place to eat too. And actually, on some layovers that are long, we've hit both of them. 56 here, 56 there. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, we got 37 watching, and we're moving on to the restaurant rewards of the day. This one's McCalister's Deli. Now, they're in the same corporate, umbrella as, I think, who else is with them? It's another sandwich place, and then one of the, I don't know if it's Qdoba or, I mean, it's one of those kind of like burrito type places. And McCalister's is, it's sandwiches and soups and stuff like that. But I have been absolutely slamming it lately. In fact, I went 3 times last week because it's just weird. I had a friend in the hospital and I had to go there. The hospital, it's right near that in my community. And then it's just like a couple people I was eating out with said, hey, let's go to McCalister's. And what I love about it is I'm getting just crazy rewards there. And I want to tell you about it. First of all, McCalister's rewards, here's how the system works. 10x points on purchases. So if you spend $100, you get 1,000 points, basically. 1,500 points for a meal redemption. Now, I'm not counting, like you can spend less and get a drink or spend less and get like a appetizer or whatever, but I always figure my value from the actual meal redemption. So 1,500 points. Their meals are like $12.99, something like that. So it's not quite 10%, maybe around the 8% mark as far as you're getting value back from McCalister's. However, I mean, 8% is pretty good. Anybody who got 8% on a credit card would be crazy excited. So that's pretty good. But what I love about it is you can use it like together with, they have this thing called additional special offers. And right there on the left, I took it off my app and you can see one, 50% off shareable with 2 entrees. So I went with a couple of people the other day and they're like, hey, how do you guys want to? And I said, well, we can all, if we want to do Dutch, we can, everybody, you can just Venmo me. Oh man, I do the Venmo thing with people, pay me back so I can get the points, especially at restaurants because I get so many points. So I said, well, you guys so they both ordered an entree. They both ordered an entree. I ordered the nachos, huge nachos as my meal. So my meal was 50% off and I got all the points and I got all the United miles because they're also on the United Mileage Plus X app. Works smoothly every single time. Like I said, I used it 3 times last week. They give 4x United miles in addition to your credit card points, in addition to what you're earning with McCalister's, 4x United miles. And then if you have a United credit card, you get the 25% bonus. So you're getting 5x. So it wasn't on city nights. So I used my city prestige. I got 5x city points, i.e. American Airlines miles. I got 5x United miles, and I got 8% back from McCalister's because I got the 10x points on the purchase, and I got 50% off of my meal, and I got all the points from my buddies Venmoing me back for the purchase. I don't know about you, but I think that is a pretty awesome redemption right there. And so, I mean, it's good. And then the last thing I said on here, it's good food. I like their food. I mean, their French dip's pretty awesome. Like I said, their nachos is really good. Soup's good. So I don't know. Has anybody been to McCalister's? Anybody ever frequent them? All right, we're about halfway through our time and just getting ready to get into the main event, the centerpiece, because that is what everybody's talking about today, which is the Summit card, Atmos Summit card. So I'm going to talk about it in just a second, but I need to go back because, let's see. I remember Texas Dog had given the super chat, which I'm super appreciative of. Oh, okay. Here we go. So Juan Morales says, I applied for AA Platinum for first city card. Don't know if it was a smart decision for the first city card to begin the city setup. Well, it's not a bad decision because, I mean, that card's going to give you loyalty points. I mean, especially if you want to have a little bit of status. And I'm telling you, the easiest status to earn is American status. To get to their goal, 40,000 points, you get $1 per dollar spent on that card. And then when you fly, you get a bunch more. So, and then there's the portals, the shopping portal, hotel portal. So I don't think it's a bad decision. I don't think that's bad. You can build from there. It's a good base card. And then you're going to also, since you're probably going to be flying AA, you're going to get free bags and don't ever sleep on the preferred boarding because you're going to board. I think it's in group 5. That's what my wife has is group 5 with her card. She's got the Barclays card, but group 5, she always gets her bags up. I mean, the overheads are never filled. So yeah. Hey, Juan, I don't think that's a bad decision at all. Texas Dog, Cadillac Bar and Grill in Terminal A. Yep, that's it. That's the one. Cadillac Bar and Grill. And it's good too. We had the fajitas last time. We were already kind of full from Landry's, but still, we enjoyed the fajitas. They were great. RC channel member, great supporter, $4.99 super sticker. Thank you, RC. Man, I'm humbled by that every single time. You're a great supporter of the channel, and I appreciate it. You're always here on every live. Thank you. Sleepy Rod said, respect your strategy for sure. I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket, though. Prefer the transferable currencies since deals pop up everywhere with services like Thrifty Traveler. Yeah, that's true, but I really don't think I'm putting all my eggs in one basket because I'm storing my points with Citi, not with AA. I move them over sometimes, but I'm storing my points with Citi. So I do have, I've been doing Citi for a long time. I mean, I'm not new to the Citi bandwagon. I heard somebody the other day who was like kind of saying, well, I started this Citi thing. And I'm like, man, I guess because I'm a little creator and nobody knows me or it doesn't matter. But man, everybody who's watched me from the beginning, I've been doing Citi forever because the prestige, so it's the thing about it is the eggs in one basket is a big deal. So that's why, if it doesn't work out with AA, if they do a massive devaluation, I can go back to what I was doing before, transferring those bad boys over to things like Air France and some of those. So yeah, no problem. So just thank you for that, Sleepy Rod. Texas Dog, IH is my home, my hub. All right, you're out of Houston. Awesome. I mean, Texas Dog, that kind of makes sense. So yeah, IH. All right, we got another super chat from Kevin P. $5. In your opinion, which hotel benefit is better? Free nights with Prestige or the $300 credit with Elite? That's hard to say, but first of all, Kevin, thank you so much for the support in the channel. That means the world. I'm humbled by that. Thank you. But to answer your question, I don't know. I use them both, but I use them for different things. I just used our Elite credit, the $300. It was super easy to use. I think the approach I would use is to use the $300 Elite credit for less expensive hotels because you do have a 2-night minimum. You do have a 4-night minimum with the Prestige, but if you're willing to pay for a big time hotel stay, it is the value on that one is crazy. Because like it was said before, $1,000. I mean, you pay $3,000, you get $1,000 4th night free, and that is amazing. So I guess if you have unlimited spending and you're paying for hotels, then clearly the answer is the Prestige. But I think the Elite's pretty neat to be able to get a little bit less expensive stays and maybe get it close to for free. Ours we did in Chattanooga a few weeks ago was almost for free because it was like $160 a night. So the $300 pretty much covered it. So I hope that answers your question. QC man, $1.99. Thank you so much. Most Southwest Grill is with McCalister's group. There we go. That's what it is. Most Southwest Grill. I knew it was one of those kind of burrito places. I didn't know it was Qdoba or what, but Moe's, that's the one. Law LC6RC, channel member on every single live, $3. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. It means a lot to me. Texas Dog, I wish Priority Pass had a lounge in Birmingham, but I really like the rocking chairs. Yeah. What do you think of the Cracker Barrel changing their logo and no more BHM, is that Birmingham? I might have been wrong about that. Oh well, but no, you really like the rocking chairs. All right, so DEM 300 more user friendly. 300's more user friendly. 4th night depends on the hotel and duration. Since it's twice a year, I just saved over $1,000 with one of the two alone. Yeah, that's the deal. It's awesome. Now the thing is, we can talk about it till we're blue in the face. It doesn't help everybody else because nobody else can get the Prestige. Can't even product change to it, but I do love it. It's good. Law, I love their Savannah chop salad. Yeah, at McCalister's, I think you're talking about. Yeah, it's very, very good. QC man, you're more an AA guy than a Citi guy. Yeah, I have been for a while, but this made me more of a Citi guy than ever before. Although I don't know. I would say Citi's been my primary ecosystem for a long time, and AA's been my primary. So all my worlds combined when all of this started to happen. So it was pretty good day in the Rewards Master world. QC man, was the hotel price for the Elite credit competitive with a direct booking or overpriced? I checked it, and I think it was pretty much exactly the same. So yeah, it was good. Now, what I found in some of these portals, like in the AA hotel portal, I pretty much booked Marriott's through that. Don't know why, but Hilton's are more expensive. IHGs are more expensive in the AA hotel portal. But I have, and it could be different for you. Your miles may vary, as we always say. But in the AA hotel portal, I have found Marriott's to be exactly the same price from what I've looked at. So it's just been my experience. All right, Atmos card. Um, okay. Well, let's go over the card first because it is the talk of the town on YouTube. Everybody's talking about the Atmos card. And as you know, I love Alaska points. I love AA points, but I love Alaska because, man, I've got some of the best deals going. I see flights, and they've got a lot of availability on American Airlines. I see domestic flights. I just took one, 4,500 points. I take it for 7,500 points, and I fly all the way across the U.S. for 12,500 points. And I get all, as I said, I call in to get my benefits for being a Platinum Pro. I call in and I get all that. I get the upgraded seats. I get everything, and for great redemption value. And then overseas, wow, nobody beats Alaska. 45,000 to places like Scotland and to Ireland. 55,000, 60,000. I mean, incredible business class redemptions, which is what I'm all about. So I love them. So when I heard that they were coming out with a new top level card, I was pumped about it. And everybody said it's going to be great. And everybody on YouTube, at least most of the folks I've heard, are pretty positive on it. Everybody likes it. So let's see. In fact, I'm hearing words like game changer or totally different and all of this. So let's see. So it's $395 annual fee, and I'm just hitting the highlights here. I won't talk about every single detail, but $395 annual fee. It's got 3x on dining, which isn't anything exciting, but you got to remember it is Alaska points, which are even more valuable in my estimation than American points. So they may be the most valuable airline points. Maybe in my estimation, Virgin won on that, but that's kind of because it was skewed because Virgin just costs so much for their cash tickets. But still, I think Alaska is probably the number one. So you get 3x on Alaska and Hawaiian Airlines flights. And the big thing everybody's talking about is 3x on foreign transactions. And of course, it has no foreign transaction fee. And that's pretty crazy. I mean, that if you're living outside the United States, but you're an American and like an expat, wow. I mean, you're going to slam this card. You're going to earn so many points. It's crazy. So, that's everybody's. I mean, I think Sebi said something about it's going to be nerfed. It's going to be nerfed. Yeah, it probably will be because that is crazy. Some people are going to kill it. And then it comes with the primary benefit of the card, rather than all the credits and all that we're all getting tired of. This is cool. They went a different way with it. They said 25K companion certificate. So that is neat because it doesn't have to just be 25K. It's a discount also. So since you can get a 50 or 55,000 point business class flight to Europe, if you book that for yourself, your companion can fly for, let's say it's 55,000, it would only be 30,000 for your companion. That is a real value. I mean, that is real value. I mean, I think that's a cool feature. It gives 8 Alaska lounge passes, 2 per quarter. That doesn't excite me. And I kind of wonder why a lot of creators aren't dogging on that, because everybody's dogging on the elite card for only giving 4 American Airlines passes. And this is 8. Yeah. But it's 2 a quarter. 2 a quarter. Only 2 every 3 months. And so, I mean, that is not good lounge access. It's just not. And then it's got a 100K certificate for high spenders. So if you spend $60,000 a year on the card, then you get a certificate for $100,000. I mean, that is like business or first class to Japan or to Hong Kong or maybe Singapore. I mean, that is awesome. That is awesome. So what do I think? Well, what's good about it? Well, let's see. To me, and there are other things on it too. Of course, it has TSA pre-check credit. It has, you're going to get free bags for you and 6 people, I think, on there. It's got great multipliers for if you're trying to earn status with Alaska. I think you get maybe 1 Alaska status point for every $2 you spend on the card. And they have pretty easy to reach tiers, probably easier than Americans. So I think 20,000 is their first tier. So that's really good too. So what's good? Fee is lower than other top airline cards. And companion certificate is great for international value. I mean, I did a little math on that of what I think Alaska points are worth for business and first class. And I think that companion certificate is worth over $1,500. I mean, I think it's valuable. And then 3X on foreign transactions is just broken. I mean, especially if you live overseas, that is broken. It's wacko. I mean, it's crazy. So yeah, that is a neat thing. I mean, these are all really, really good. I mean, the fees lower, $395, companion certificate, you get $1,500 in value. And then 3X on foreign transactions, that is just amazing. Now, however, am I going to get the card? Well, maybe to get a sign-up bonus. But am I excited about this card as a keeper card? I'm not. And in fact, I'm really kind of disheartened and disappointed because I think people are going to find over time. And I find myself, again, I'm the weird guy out. I mean, I'm the guy on credit card YouTube that likes the City Elite card, Strata Elite, when everybody else can't stand it, it seems like. And I'm the guy now who everybody thinks that the Atmos, Summit card is the game-changing best airline card of all time. At least a lot of people are singing its praises. And I'm the guy who's going to say, no, I'm going to pass. Because I think what people aren't thinking about is some of these things. And this is why it's not a keeper card. So please hear me out before you judge it. And I may be wrong, so tell me if I am. But why is it not a keeper? Well, difficulty to earn Alaska miles and low domestic multipliers, along with certificate expiration, make the 25,000 certificate a bad value. And the high spend certificate, the 100,000 one, even though it sounds good on paper, even worse. What I mean by that, it's not, if this was like with American and you could get points with Citi, that would be great. But here's the deal. Unless you live overseas, or unless you go overseas and are buying Rolex watches or, Gucci handbags, and you're spending, I mean, if you go on vacation and spend $20,000, $30,000, then I think this card is great. But for typical people, I mean, when we go on vacation, we fly in business class, we stay in nice hotels, but pretty much overseas, we're spending on our food. We order what we want, but it comes out to a few $1,000s. And we do that 2, 3, 4 times a year. But that doesn't add up to a lot of money at 3X. And on everything else, it is really hard to earn Alaska points. So here's the deal. If I fly and try to use my companion certificate, I have to, let's say again, that 55,000 point threshold. Well, that means the second one's 35. So 55 plus 30, no, not 30, 35, it's 30. So that means if I'm getting 25,000 off of the 55,000 companion fare, I'm still having to pay 85,000 Alaska points. And that certificate expires in a year. That means I have to have a way to earn 85,000 Alaska miles every year just to be able to use the primary benefit of the card. Now, I mean, after you burn through the bonus or whatever, I mean, I have a ton of them now because I transferred so many from American Express through Hawaiian when you could do that. But I mean, after that, as a keeper, long term, how are you going to get 85,000 points every year? I think a lot of people are going to be using that for a domestic economy ticket. I just do. And then, okay, 100,000. That means you got to have 100,000 for yourself to be able to book your companion at 100,000. That is a lot of points. Now, yeah, if somebody has enough spend to put 60, 80, 100,000 points on this, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put $100,000 on this card so I can use that thing when I'm having to get multipliers of 1x on most things in the U.S. And then, I get 3x on dining. I'm getting 5 and 6x with Citi. I mean, and there's a lot of ways to get better than 3x. And then, but it's 3x when I travel overseas. Yeah, if I were buying Rolexes and Gucci's, then maybe, or a new Bugatti or something. I mean, yeah, but for the normal person, I think it's going to be hard to get your value out of that deal. Let me know what you think. And then the eight lounge passes is just terrible. That is ridiculous. First of all, there aren't very many. If it was 8 lounge passes for them or American, if you have the American executive card, you can get into Alaska lounges too. But I don't think this works for American lounges. And it's $2 a quarter. I mean, I think it's hypocritical for somebody to be down on the Strata Elite for its 4 American passes that can be used anytime and then say this is a good card with lounge access. And all that for $395. I'm sorry, I just don't see how it's so incredibly awesome. Okay, let me have it in the comments. Let's see what you guys think about all this. Let's see. The Vandertop Shallot. Let's see where we ended up. Sorry, I have trouble keeping track of where I am. All right. Vincent Pascal says San Diego is a smaller airport, has United Delta Alaska converting from Aspire Lounge soon and Sapphire Lounges and 1 Priority Pass restaurant. Oh, cool. Yeah. So you've got pretty good lounge options there. That's pretty good. I love Priority Pass lounges. I think that's the best part of Priority Pass, to be honest. Texas Dog. My authorized user cousin lives in Gadsden. I fly there several times a year. The rocking chairs are awesome, but a lounge would be better. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's just not a lot of the smaller airports don't have anything. I wish there was like at least an escape lounge in all of them. That would be much, much better. Sleepy Rod, Atmos card is awesome. Just got approved for it. Okay, I hope it, I think for some people it's going to work great. I really do. Tell me, Sleepy Rod, the things I just talked about. I mean, what are your plans to overcome that? You're just going to put enough spend? How are you planning to earn enough points? What I'm saying to be able to make use of that 25 certificate, because it is a really good benefit. My trouble is just how does a person long term earn enough points? Now I will say for 100,000 points as a sign up bonus, it is definitely worth it in the first year. We're not talking about as a earn the bonus, use it for a year, maybe downgrade or cancel. I mean, as a keeper card. Maybe that's not your plan. Let me know. QC Man 2000, an expat can really make a killing on that 3X point. Yes, absolutely. If I lived outside the United States, that would absolutely be true. Sleepy Rod, the only thing I don't like about 25K cert, though, is if you're exhausting your miles and subs and you can pay an award booking for 2, you won't be able to use the 25K companions. Yeah, that's the kind of things I'm talking about here, is that it's just so limiting. Yeah, so limiting. Thank you, QC Man. And Sleepy Rod, sorry, he's the one who said that. Texas Dog. Cracker Barrel is making a huge mistake. Reach out to the new customers. Needs to consider X's existing customers. Yeah, I do not understand why Cracker Barrel's struggling so bad. I mean, some people, older people, they just love that here in the South. They love it. I don't know why they're struggling. Have you ever been to an Alaska lounge? How do they compare? I have never been to one, so I can't speak to it. I would like to. I hear they're not bad, not great, not bad at all. So I don't know, kind of mediocre, but I could be totally wrong. If anybody else has any ideas about that, put it in the comments. Gene asks, does the primary card holder have to fly personally to use that certificate? Yes. If I'm not mistaken, Gene, yes. So you can't just gift it or just one person fly. You've got to be flying yourself and then have somebody else fly with you. Texas Dog, $1.99. Thank you so much, Texas Dog, for the support. I appreciate it. Branding is wacko. Atmos equals Alaska and Hawaii. Huh? I mean, you put a question mark there. Yeah, I know. I'm like, where are they? I think they're trying to say atmosphere, but I guess because City stole stratosphere. I guess that's where they got it from. So who knows? Sleepy Rod, the one thing I couldn't verify is if I add an authorized user to my Summit card, is the 60K spending across all users or for the account holder? Man, I do not know. I don't have the card, so I can't speak to that. But I would think the authorized users count, but definitely double check that before you go on that advice. That's not advice, so double check it. Solid Liquid Fox, Atmos Summit, Atmos Strata Elite, Ritz, and Aviator Silver. These are the travel cards I'm gravitating too right now. Done with the couponing and obscene annual fees. All of these cards seem easier to use. Yeah. I mean, I really, I mean, I like the Atmos card concept. I do. It's just, it's hard to earn. It needed to earn better. That's my problem with it, because Alaska points are hard to earn. And I sure wouldn't want to not be able to earn enough to use its primary benefit. But I do like the simplification, and I do like that the Strata Elite is simpler than some of the other cards on the market. Not as many coupon bookie stuff. Sleepy Rod, I think the Strata Elite is awesome, better than the CSR. Yeah, I do too. But man, we are in a very small club, because apparently that is not most people's opinion. So Law says, this is why I like your channel. Always have a different point of view than others. Well, thank you, because this is definitely an unpopular opinion, I'm sure, from what I've read a lot. I think the Atmos card, Filmo says, I think the Atmos card is like most cards for me, sign up bonus and move on. Yep. I mean, I think it's great for the sign up bonus. I mean, it's great because Alaska points are super valuable. So it's awesome sign up bonus. I'm just trying to figure out how would I keep that long term and make sure I get the value out of that. So that was my whole point in this. Brad, looks like XIAO. Brad says, don't forget the extra 10%. Yeah, if you have a Bank of America account, I think you can have a savings or a checking, whatever. You do get 10% extra on your earnings. Just got the card based on DFW2, plan to live abroad 2 months out of the U.S. 2 months out of the U.S. next year. Yeah, that might be a great card for you. I mean, honestly. And the 10%, that gives somewhat of a boost to your earnings. So, you know, if you were going to earn 3, you're going to get 3.3. Pretty good. Pretty good. So that's a good point. Brad, thanks for bringing that up. AU, Auburn University. Yeah. I thought I'm an authorized user, but yeah, War Eagle for sure. So am I supposed to say that? I don't want to alienate the Alabama people on here. Okay. Forgive me for that. All right. Dugras reports. Filmo. Hey, Dugras, good to have you. Dugras, man, what an awesome channel. What an awesome channel. Andrew Mitchell, I've been putting rent on the $99 Alaska card through Built for 3X. Just going to move rent over to Summit to accumulate 70 to 80K points a year. Now, that is not a bad idea. I don't rent, so I don't. That didn't even cross my mind. But yeah, for renters who are using that through Built, yeah, that hey, light bulb going off. Thank you, Andrew. That's a pretty good idea. Pretty good idea. QC Man gives a shout out to Dugras. Joe Phillips, seems like more and more airlines are making it harder for their cards to be keeper cards unless you give them some serious loyalty. Yeah, I think all of the card issuers are really trying to get people to have one card and spend lots of money on it. Just spend everything on that one card. That's what their ultimate objective is, to steal people as sole customers. They do not like those of us who spread it across to maximize all of our card issuers. So that's true. Texas Dog, Dugras reports, ISU was awesome yesterday. Yeah, Iowa State. Mike from LA, should be fairly easy to rack up ongoing Alaska miles as long as they continue to transfer from Built. Yeah, especially now, I might reconsider this when Built finally, if they finally come through with good earnings on mortgages, because I'd get some points doing that. So that might also be something that would change this. But as this sits right now, this is my view of it. It's just not a keeper. Andrew Mitchell, QC Man, some of the Alaska lounges are much better than others. The one in the Inn Concourse in Seattle is very nice. Good data point. Appreciate that. All right. NY Law for $30.99. Thank you so much. The support means a lot. That helps more people to see it too. We got 56 people in here. If you hadn't hit like and subscribe, please do that. These super chats, super stickers, all that helps more people to see it too. And I can't tell all of you how much it means to me and how humbled I am by it. QC Man, I thought authorized user as well, Texas Dog. Yeah, I figured you really trusted your cousin. Yeah. You know, some of us got good cousins, right? 3X, Mike from LA says 3X Alaska points on rent with Atmos card with 3% fee. Yeah, it works good. If you rent, that's not a bad strategy at all. Texas Dog. Shouts out to QC Man. Let's see. Joe F. TPA. The best thing Alaska announced was allowing choice to earn status by miles, segments, or spend. Yeah, the card is not bad at all if your objective is to get status with Alaska. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. My name is Jim. Atmos should have made it a 1.5 cent catch-all with 3x dining and foreign purchases if they wanted people to make it useful. It butts heads with City Elite Nights at 6x. Yeah, that's the thing. I do think Alaska points are better, but they're that much better than American points. So I'm thinking at 1.5, the City Elite card, it's just better. It's just lots better. So that's kind of where I'm at as far as as a keeper card. Ander Nature, using my Admiral's Pass, I visited 2 of the 3 Alaska lounges in Seattle. They're better than most of the Priority Pass lounges in the U.S. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was saying. I have the executive card with American. I've never really went into an Alaska lounge. I think I don't think about it when I'm in those airports, but I'm going to try to do that just to see what they're like. Kevin P., the only thing I don't like about the Elite is that it does not give the authorized user or Auburn University, depending on which one you mean, 4 of their own Admirals Club visits. Otherwise, I don't see why pay for the $75 annual authorized user fee. Yeah, we're not paying for the authorized user. I don't see a point in it either. And Mike from LA. Also great that Alaska allows points through partner award bookings. Yeah, that is really unique with Alaska. If you fly on one of their partners, you still can earn status. I don't know of another airline that does that. So that's really, really good. All right. Well, we've just hit the 1 hour point, and I try to, again, we did not make it to the other three points that I tried to get to, but that's because we had lots of interactions. Several of you helped to support the channel with super chats. We had several $1.99, $4.99, I mean $5. Thank you all so very much. And if I think I shouted out everybody, but if I missed anybody, please forgive me. I am humbled. And as I say all the time, I think this is the best hobby community in the world. People who love points and miles, because I've just been so very humbled by the support and just the kindness, even when people disagree, that we have in this community. That's great. So thank you again for liking, subscribing, watching, and for the super chats and super stickers. Mike from LA, as we're wrapping up the comments, book an international award flight and choose distance-based status. Yeah, that's how it works. Brad says, pretty sure frequent milers says primary does not have to fly to use 25K or 100K certificate. Really? I haven't heard that, but from what I was reading on it, it seemed like they did, but I'll double check it. You may be right, Brad. I'll check it. Texas Dog, Josh Pate, YouTuber, interviews Cole Kubelik of BHM on Sunday during the NCAA football season. Okay. And then QC Man, will be tougher to do this during NFL season, but I will try. All right. I understand. Sunday afternoon. Yeah. I'm more of a college football guy, so I don't think about that, but I do respect a guy for watching his football. I respect it. All right. And then Mike from LA, Brad's right. Book for anyone. All right. Okay. So I guess I was wrong about that one. So thank you guys for clarifying. Thank you all for being here again. Thank you for all the support. It's humbling. It means a lot to me. And we'll see you here hopefully next Sunday afternoon if your game isn't on at 3:00. All right. See you then.